Hello, everybody, and a very warm welcome to all of you joining us on another exciting episode of Inspiring Entrepreneurs. Today, we're in the village of Bretona and, of course, a place called Thoda. Lovely views of greenery, and of course, we also have the lakes all around us as we talk to an inspiring entrepreneur. Sanjeev is going to tell us about the various projects that he is part of and also gives us a little insight as to how you can be an entrepreneur while also making sure you have sustainability, a social impact, and of course, taking care of some problems. So come along with us as we interview Sanjeev on this episode of Inspiring Entrepreneurs. Sanjeev, thank you so much for joining us on the show. Could you introduce yourself to all our viewers, telling them what you do? Because I find it very difficult to give an explanation as to who you are, because you wear so many different hats in one field. So if you could maybe just tell us a little bit about yourself and about all the work that you do in terms of conservation.
So my name is Sanjeev. I'm a founder here at Sensible Earth. So the last 7.5 years, we've been working in Goa and now in Karnataka, specifically asking ourselves a question. And the question is, how may we be able to leave this planet with more resources than we consume during our time on the planet? So what that means is basically that the planet is like a bank account. We're constantly withdrawing from that bank. So we've all used fossil fuel today in our cars, driving to wherever. Here, we've got electricity, fan, water, food, all the time. Phones, laptops, lights, everything is from the planet. So we're always extracting from the planet. And the question is, what are we doing to deposit back in the planet?
Okay.
Over the last 7.5 years, so far, we have two possible answers. One is to help build local ecosystems.
Okay.
So local economy. In our case, that local economy is around local food, local farm, livelihood, upcycling, recycling. So if we're able to work within Goa, let's say, for all our needs, then we're bound to be a lot more regenerative in our approach and our life on this planet.
Understood.
And the second one really is a question that when we ask people right from 8-year-old to 80-year-old, we get the same answer, which is plant more trees, and that's absolutely true. But the trees cannot just be planted randomly everywhere. So over the last many years, we've tried to do that as well. Our current work is in restoration of forest, because the world we live in is occupied by many other species, plants and animals and insects and tons of other species. And this planet only functions in this interdependent environment that we are all working with. So it's a very symbiotic existence. So therefore, we work in the tiger reserves in Karnataka, where we're working on regenerative agriculture, reforestation, livelihood of people, etc.
Could you talk to us about how this entire concept came about? How did you get into this?
So an open secret is that the very first venture after business school that I started and I incubated was in the areas of plastic.
Okay.
And the next one was polyester.
Oh.
These were manufacturing facilities that I incubated in those times. I look at this as version 2.0 of my life. In my version 1.0, I was a serial tech entrepreneur.
Oh, okay.
And my whole life, I think I have spent, buying things more than that were necessary. There's a nice saying that we buy things with money we don't have to impress people we don't know.
True.
With materials that we don't want.
Oh, yeah, right.
So that's kind of been the journey. At one point, I had a fantastic journey, loved what I was doing, and decided to question. And I motorcycled across India and parts of Africa. And in those, during those motorcycle journeys is when I was looking at what's happening in the planet, to the planet, what was happening to people,
Wow.
what was happening to farming. And that's where the idea of Sensible Earth was born.
Since the time you've left business school, you've always wanted to be into the process of business, in doing business.
In business school, we were taught that everything we do should be win-win. So you should always have a win-win strategy, which means that both sides of the table gain from whatever transaction you're supposed to do. But I realized that it's got to be win-win-win, and the third win has to be the planet. So it is possible to have enterprise, to have businesses which are profitable, which are socially empowering, and resource positive for the planet. So everything we do at Sensible Earth, since we are entirely based on self-incubation, self-funding, bootstrap, we don't go out looking for donations or grants. For us, everything has to be financially sustainable.
Bootstrap.
But not only financially sustainable, for us it has to be three things: financially sustainable, socially empowering, and environmentally enriching.
All right.
So over this period of last 7.5 years, we have incubated half a dozen such ventures. Some of them still are out there in the food and the farm space, who do exactly that.
Okay.
And Makanaka Plastic, one of our campaigns that is now 5 years old, was meant to be only for a few months, but we haven't been able to stop. Itself is a financially sustainable campaign.
Could you give us an insight into the various projects that you're currently handling right now? I don't know if it will be a long list, but we would love to hear about the list.
Well, it will be a long list, but let me narrow it down to a couple of key areas.
Yes.
So one of the areas where people know us more by outside is the Makanaka Plastic campaign.
Yes, of course.
Imagine a business, and I think a lot of your viewers on this channel probably will be existing or aspiring entrepreneurs. But just take a minute to imagine a business where your raw material is free.
Yeah,
So in our case, our raw material is not only free, it comes with blessing and dua. Anybody who leaves us materials, gives us their pre-loved clothes, saying thank you so much for taking it. Thank you. So we have a raw material, textiles, which is the third largest contributor to landfill
yeah, of course.
in the world. Close to 10% of all the clothes that we receive still have their tag on them.
Really? So they have never been used?
Never been used. And from a variety of brands that are very aspirational. Not only that, 70% of all textiles on the planet are plastic.
Wow.
70% of textiles are plastic.
Plastic.
Why? Because of polyester, nylon,
Cheaper material so that it's easier.
acrylic, all that is actually plastic. So that's one problem. The second is that on this beautiful land that still has, we believe, a chance to regenerate, called Goa, when we started this campaign, in our estimate, 60,000 plastic bags, pishpi, pothi as we call them here, were being used every single day. Today, that number is over 2 lakh plastic bags being used every single day in Goa. All the plastic on the planet is single use.
Shouldn't be using
It's a myth when we are told to think about single-use plastic, because on this entire planet, only 4% of plastic gets recycled every year. So whatever you put in your trash can, in your dustbin,
Is not.
and the panchayat picks it up, and you think it's been taken care of. I bought some things, rice in a plastic bag, I bought chips packet, I bought cosmetics, personal care materials. It's gone in the bin, meaning it's taken care of.
It's not.
87% of all that from Goa is going to cement plants for incineration. So that's the extent of the plastic problem. And the third thing that we solve with this Makanaka campaign is livelihood for women across Goa. So we collect pre-loved textiles. We make bags out of them so that people can say no to a plastic bag, to a pishvi or poti. All we really want is everyone in Goa to carry one of these bags so they can say Makanaka plastic.
Of course.
So we've saved about over 2 lakh of these garments going into landfills. We've made over 2,20,000 cloth bags so far.
Wow. Okay.
And we have 150 women, out of which 120 are active makers
Of the bag.
of these bags from across 40 villages in Goa.
In Goa.
And
all of
people
this-
have so far said Makanaka plastic over 60 lakh times in Goa. So that's the extent of plastic bags that we've been able to.
That's Makanaka plastic. Lovely. Let's talk about some of the other products.
So all the scrap that comes out of Makanaka bags,
Okay.
now we have 9 craftsmen who are trained to make these marine creatures.
Yes, very nice.
So lots of scraps of fabric left, which would otherwise go to landfill.
And go to waste.
Big problem.
Yeah.
What do we do? So we said, okay, why do people come to Goa? People come for the beaches. How much do they know about the beaches? Not much. Everybody wants to go see dolphins on the dolphin tour or wants to see turtle nesting.
Yeah.
But how much do you know about them? You don't. Can you stand there and preach to all of them, all the tourists at the airport and at the railway stations and bus stops? No, you can't.
Very difficult.
Then how are you going to do it? So we said, well, the problem with Goa is the storytelling. Can we change the story of Goa? If people get one of these, which all have a QR code attached to them,
nice.
so you can actually scan the QR code,
Acha.
and this crab here, it will come up saying, hey, I'm your pet crab. Do you want to give me a name? So you say, well, I want to call you Sammy. So it's on WhatsApp. There's a WhatsApp application. So it says Sammy. So, oh, great. Do you want to know what Sammy likes, what Sammy doesn't like?
Nice.
And what is Sammy's habitat and what does Sammy do?
Yeah.
So then, people age agnostic can then get into this whole behavior, whole journey to understand the behavior of Sammy, who's now theirs.
Nice.
They're going to take this back from Goa.
Yeah, it's a very nice.
So then they understand saying, oh, I shouldn't throw plastic in the
just
beach because it's bad for Sammy. Or I shouldn't wash my towels 5 times because it's bad for Sammy.
Yeah.
Or the loud shacks at the beaches are affecting the habitat.
It's reusing some of the waste that has been generated from the bags. It is employing a new set of artisans to make something, and it's also empowering people when they go back home to wherever they're coming from Goa. Or
And the most important one,
to learn something.
the entrepreneurs can make money on
Money
it.
out of it. That's the main
The
thing.
women get paid. Whoever does this can start a whole. If somebody wants to say, hey, come to Sensible Earth, think, would love to take this on, would be happy to give it to them. Saying, here you go.
Yeah, you can-
Here are the women we've trained. We'll give you materials.
lovely.
Make this, go out there and sell it and make money on it.
There you
So you create employment for women across Goa. You save textiles from going to landfills. You educate the masses of people who come here on the marine ecosystem.
Sustainability in terms of Makanaka plastic and sustainable earth. We need to talk about.
The background is that during our time here in Goa, we've all been witness to massive deforestation, private forest zoning, trees being cut, Goa being concretized, fields being filled up for apartment complexes coming up. It's a very disturbing trend. And it's not only a disturbing trend in Goa, it's actually also true for many other places across the world. Where does water for Goa come from? And anybody who's living in Goa, shockingly will see the number of tankers running around Goa all the time. We're at the base of the Western Ghats.
So the water should.
1% of the rainfall, 1% of the rainfall is good for our entire year's consumption. So we said, well, all this comes from the Western Ghats. So we said, okay, let's go see what's happening in Western Ghats. So we went up into the mountains, we started studying, and we saw the amount of deforestation that's happened there. So long story short, we have now a 10-acre reforestation lab in the backside of the Dudhsagar waterfalls,
Lovely.
where we've been planting thousands of endemic species trees. We've been working with many aspects of being in the forest. Again, somebody might say, well, but that's a lot of money. Our point is, well, we want to make it financially sustainable in 7 years. So within 7 years, even planting an endemic species trees, I'm not talking about a kokum or a Fernandes or one of these which will give us result and yield, and we are planting some of those, but also something that you may feel is banyan or, my favorite, fishtail palm, Belmar.
Oh,
Everybody wants to cut it here in Goa. But we're planting hundreds of fishtail palms. Why? They're the best place for hornbills to come and nest.
Yes.
Hornbills love them.
yeah.
And what does that do? It starts a whole regenerative life cycle in the forest. And we've all studied and learned about how important the tiger is because that keeps everything going. So every species helps the other.
Other grow.
For human beings to survive, we need all these species to coexist together. So therefore, we've got projects now there which are intercropping with bananas, we're doing cacao, we're doing lots of jackfruit. For each of these items, there is a beneficiary. So for jackfruits, the first beneficiary is the bear, the ashwal.
Oh, really?
The second beneficiary is the boar. The third beneficiary is the human beings. So that way it's possible for the whole ecosystem to run, and we will have a roadmap in time for it to earn enough money.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
For it to be self-sustaining.
Yeah, that's what. So this is going to be something which is self-sustaining and going ahead.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So you put on your entrepreneur hat,
Yes.
and you say, I want to do good for the planet. I want to do good for Goa. I want to do good for the people. And yes, I also want to be able to do good for myself.
Could you give us some of the challenges you face, running these projects, and also could you tell us what is the support that you get? What is the help that you get for these projects?
There's only one challenge that we really get, and that challenge is a human behavior.
Okay.
Imagine only if we could change the behavior of every single human being in Goa to be rewired to carry their own cloth bag that their grandparents and even their parents did in any case. Imagine the impact that it will make on the amount of plastic that we generate.
Sanjeev, could you tell us a little bit more about the place and the people who help you out here at Sensible Earth, the volunteers, the staff? We would love to have a little bit of a conversation and a little bit of insight into some of the people that you're helping as well out here.
So, since each of the projects at Sensible Earth is run by people from the grassroots communities. So the project in the forest is run entirely by people from the forest.
Okay.
The Makanaka plastic campaign and the Goa textile recovery facility is run entirely by women from Goa.
Okay.
Entirely. When we started, we had designers from NID and Polymoda in Milan, and we had all kinds of people from all over the world here. But over a period of time, our team became designers themselves. They became great at managing accounts. They became great at Google Sheets. They became great at taking pictures. They became great at everything.
You have to do everything, yes.
So different team members have taken different roles, including managers, supervisors. Today, we're fortunate to have 2 of them here, who are our backbone actually to some of these projects, Shweta and Reshma. Both have started off doing some very basic print work at Makanaka Plastic. Today they manage the 120 active workers, women makers. They are also responsible for all the logistics. They're responsible for a lot of planning. So and they're micro entrepreneurs in their own
Yeah,
right. So
exactly.
everyone, our approach across Sensible Earth is that everyone should be a micro entrepreneur themselves. So there are no paid employees per se. Everyone is an entrepreneur that runs a function and gets paid for that function.
For that function. Right, so let's go have a conversation with Shweta and Reshma and learn a little bit more about their roles in this. So we are now in one of the workshops at Sustainable Earth. Makanaka Plastic, Sustainable Earth. Yeah, तुमका कशें help करता?
सो हे म्हाका दिसता आमी 5-6 वर्सां जालीं करता आनी आतां न्यूली आमी जो TRF सेंटर स्टार्ट केला तेतूनसून आनी जी 5 वर्सां जालीं पयलीं ती बायलां काम करता पळय शिंवता आपल्या घरा बसून तांकां खंय तरी इनकम सोर्स मेळपाक लागला हें करता आसतना. सो आनी ते घरा बसून जाल्ल्या कारणान सो तांकां बरें पडटा तांकां भायर वचपाची गरज ना. सो इनकम सोर्स एक चालू जाला.
आणि तुमचे रोल कितें आसा हिंगा?
सो आमी एक तर हांगा सेग्रिगेशन करतात आनी ज्या बायलांक कपडे जाय पळय ते धाडपाचें काम आमचें आसा. तांकां मॅनेज करपाचें तेंचे निड्स रिक्वायरमेंट्स कितें आहा ते चॅक करपाचें तांकां पेमेंट खंयच्या टायमार घालपाचो कितें करपाचें. सो ते आमचे रोल आसा हांगा.
रेश्मा तुजें काम हिंगा सस्टेनेबल आर्टान कितें आसा?
येस हांकां पळोवपाची जी बॅगां हाडटा ती तेंची सायज वायज ती घेवप आनी आमी प्रिंटींग करता. प्रिंटींग करता हय.
आणि अनुश्री वॉट्स युअर रोल? तुजे रोल कितें आसा हिंगा?
हांव मार्केटींग पळयता इंस्टाग्राम हँडल करता म्हाका प्लास्टिकाचे.
तर लोकांचो रिस्पॉन्स कशें आसा? हाव आर पीपल रिस्पॉन्डिंग टू युअर मार्केटिंग कॅम्पेन्स टू इंस्टाग्राम? आर पीपल कमिंग टू बाय? येता लोक हिंगा?
Yeah, they are kind of excited, they are like, oh, yes, setup goan asa करून असं एक सेंटर आसा. So our response is very positive about it.
As a young person who's working over here, what is your mindset? तुझे mindset कितें आसा की लोकांक कशें help करूंक जाता and how you can help yourself also?
I would say I'm the lucky one to work here because I've got an internship opportunity here. So what I would tell people is to come explore places like the TRF. There are many volunteering experiences also, many internship experiences also at many other NGOs or places where you can go and experience certain things.
श्वेता तुका आनी कितें मॅसेज आसा दिवपाक लोकांक ते पळयता आमचे चॅनलाक?
हय म्हाका एक मॅसेज सांगपाचो आसा की हांव म्हणटा आतां म्हाका नाका प्लास्टीक पण सगळेंच कितें प्लास्टिका शिवाय येना. आतां तुमचो एक क्वेश्चन आसतलो मायंडान की हें सांगता खरें म्हाका नाका प्लास्टीक पण भायर वयतकीर आमकां खंय तरी प्लास्टिकानूच कितें तरी घेवचें पडटा. सो तें आमी आतां पर्यंत चेंज करपाक शकना आनी आमी सगळेंच कितें स्टॉप करूंक शकना पूण हय आमी तें रिड्यूस करपाक ट्राय तर नक्कीच करपाक शकता. सो तो मॅसेज एक दिवपाक जाय की आमकां कंप्लिटली स्टॉप करपाक जावचें ना पूण एक खंय तरी रिड्यूस कमींतल्या कमी प्रमाणान तेचो यूज जावचो हें आमी लक्ष दवरपाक जाय आनी तें आमी केल्यारूच हें फुडें तशें जावपाक शकता. म्हाका नाका प्लास्टीक.
सारकें लक्ष दवरूंक जाय की हे कमी करूंक जाय आनी एट द सेम टायम तुमकां कितें इनकम पासून मेळता न्हू?
हय सो मंथली आनी हांगा जितली जी आतां आमच्या पयलींची जी मेकर्स आसा आमची ती म्हाका दिसता 8 वर्सां जालीं आनी आमकां फक्त जस्ट 6 वर्सां जालीं पण ती आजून पर्यंत सरा वांगडा तशीच कोविडच्या मागीर सुद्दां सरा वांगडा आसा तशीच आसा. सो कितें तरी आसा हांगा आनी कितें तरी तांकां इनकम सोर्स मेळटा तेंचें कितें तरी फ्युचर तेंच्यांनी चिंतलां म्हणूनच ती आसा.
आनी तुमकांय बरें लागता न्हू मागीर कित्याक कोणाचेर डिपेंड करूंक नाका न्हू?
हय काम करपाकूय आमकां सगळ्या वांगडा डिफरंट प्लेसीस भोंवपाक एक्सप्लोर करपाक मेळटा ते मेळटात पण दुसऱ्या लोकां वांगडा भायरचे लोक कशे आमच्या बद्दल चिंतता हें सुद्दां आमकां कळटा. सगळे सारके मनीस आसना केन्ना एखाद्या वायट उतराय येतात आनी बरी येता. सो सगळेंच कळटा आमकां डिफरंट लोकां कडसून.
थँक्यू देव बरें करूं तुमकां आनी इतलें बरें काम करता. सो येस फोक्स, देर यू हॅव इट फ्रॉम द लेडीज ॲट सेन्सिबल. थँक्यू सो मच फॉर जॉयनिंग अस.